Hello, welcome back. This is turn 21. Couple of messages, let's get through them. First of all, a message from Aurelia. Fools, doubters, rebels, my relevancy as ever increases. I now have blood slave income. Tremble before me. Okay then, Nurse searched for sites, didn't find any. Fergus searched for sites, and this was the guy I moved to Woods of Weeping to build the temple in the lab. Last time he didn't build either, so I had him search for sites. But he didn't find any, which is fair enough. Battling Griffin Spires, I just took the province from Marvoni's little handful of troops with my Pretender, and then it turns out that Micklin tried to do the same thing. So let's see how that went, shall we? So the question is, can my huge boar with 21, soon to be 26 protection and 10% regen, take on triple blessed Micklin Sacreds, who have a very defensive bless actually. So that's something to bear in mind. Very defensive bless, but they do have blood vengeance. So, and it's only a small group, so place your bets now. Let's see. Dun dun dun. Let's check my fatigue. Up to 25. Yeah, as you can see, 50 fatigue now, still 80 hit points. And I clean up every last unit. Easy. So, small groups of Marvoni Sacreds, my Pretender has no problem with. So that's actually really interesting to learn. Yeah, he does have a very defensive bless though. I think most people would go like fire water bless, and then I don't know, that might be a different story. But who knows? And lastly, there was a battle in Balcoria. This was just Ermor's mercenaries taking this province from Micklin. Not very interesting. Okay. As for unexpected events, Dragonscale Mountains has an epidemic of dysentery, which is not pleasant. Gold Mountains, there was a very ill omen. Unrest and misfortune, also not pleasant. And in Ashington, a handful of magic gems were found under a rock, Earth Gems +1. It doesn't really sound like a handful of gems, that sounds like a gem. I think what happened here was that actually the huge rock was the magic gem, and there was like a miscommunication or something. Like, I think someone just found a rock, basically, and it was magic. Still destroying the gate in Marvoni. This is, yeah, this is an ordeal, unfortunately. But not much I can do about it. Okay, turn-wise, all my Nemesian warriors, Nemedian warriors rather, are now in the capable hands of Anfar, and they are heading towards Marvoni. I also recruited an archer last turn here, because I thought I'll pick up one archer on the way. I had like 11 gold left over. Some more troops are being moved from Black Forest, just a couple, 17 Furbolgs. A couple of units from Woods of Weeping, 5 Furbolgs. And I'm still doing recruitment in Woods of Weeping as well. Unfortunately, I had to spend most of my money on the lab because the lab costs 500. And my Pretender is heading to Gaeta and then to Farah. Micklin took Farah from us because, to be fair, Farah has been neutral for like 20 turns because, well, not 20 because it's turn 21 now, but for about 10 turns because the zombies took it from us. So perhaps he needs to be reminded that Farah belongs to us. So let's just send him a message. Not that kind of message. Message, Micklin. Okay, so I'll send that. Because I'm not going to let Micklin push me around. I just chat all over like all his sacred, so fuck him. We'll send that. I might also send a message to Tianan as well. Just let's say, hello Tianan. How are things? I don't like question marks, so how are things? Yeah. And that's it for the turn. Still slow, I know. Once Malverne falls, though, we can start thinking about invading somebody. I've got my scouts over here because I want to know if Tin and Og is at war with anybody. Because we have Saramatia here and Xibalba here. And if I see sort of, you know, lands exchanging hands, I'll know that he's at war. But at the moment, I don't know what TNN is doing. So having intel here is going to be useful to me just to know what TNN's doing. For the same reason I'm moving this scout backwards. I was moving this guy over here. But I'm moving him here. I'll move him into Baritian lands and see if Beritos is at war with anybody. That seems like a useful thing to do. Nurse, the sight-searching mage, is heading to Cunaral to search next. She'll go in this direction now. But yeah, I really need to know what Nog is doing. And I might try and find... Oh no, Irma's never on. The thing about Irma is... I don't want to be too friendly with him because he might be a good target to attack next as well. Yeah, I don't really want to attack Tina Nog. I don't know what it is. I'd rather go this direction. Which is odd because Tina Nog looks like a smaller target. I don't know. I'll think about it. But that's the next decision we're going to have to make. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, research is almost the storm. Okay. That's the next decision we're going to have to make, is where we go after Malverne falls. Because our army is going to be up to like 200 units. Our Pretender is up. We can probably get out another little side army of Nemedian warriors to sidecap lands as well. We'll be in good shape to roll our army directly into somebody else. The question is who. So something to think about. And that's the end of the turn. 2 commanders. Who's that? This guy and the scout. That scout can stay there. Okay, so that's the end of the turn. And see you on turn 22. Hello. Extremely short turn this time. First of all, we spied a battle. I'll show you where this is. This was that province that went neutral because it got attacked by strange units, and Beritos attacked them. So these units are Bogus and his friends. Bogus the Troll Raider. I've heard of these guys before, but I've never seen them before. It's basically a bunch of heroes who appear with a bunch of magic items. And I'm told these units are based on one of the creators' D&D groups or something. He just stuck that in the game for a bit of I don't know. But Beritos attacked them to try and, I guess, get all those magic items they've got. And these guys are pretty tough. And as you can see, Beritos actually loses. So it didn't go very well for him. Yeah, a lot of casualties. So that's kind of interesting. He did kill one of the heroes. He killed the Troll Archer. So there we go then. Unexpected event in Fungwood, 3 nature gems. Still destroying the gate in Malverne, unfortunately. We haven't got the units yet. And then we got one of our heroes appeared at the gates. Tuan, the Last Partholonian. This guy looks pretty sick, actually. He's a great researcher, 31 research. 2, Water 1, Death 4, and he's immortal. So if he dies within my own dominion, he just respawns in the capital, I think. Although he would lose magic items, I think, is what happens. But even so. Might be able to, like, cloud trapeze him into an enemy province that has my friendly dominion and then just spam Horde of Skeletons. And if he dies, it's no big deal, because it will just respawn. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, so anyway, that's nice. That gives me a nice little bump in my research. So I'll just bring up research as well, actually, before we go any further. Speaking of research, we will have Storm next turn. So that's cool. That's really nice, actually. So now all my 2 mages can buff themselves up to 3 in a Storm, and then cast Thunderstrike. So that's great. That's what we wanted. So as you can see, I put the rest of the points into Conjuration, because we'll do some of that for a while next. It would be nice to get summon Morrigans. But the temptation is to get enchantment up to 5 first for the Horde of Skeletons. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what would be more useful. I don't have a great death gem income, so maybe enchantment would be better. I really don't know. But Morrigans are very good, so I'll do them for now. Anyway, I might reconsider later, but you know, for now I'm going into Conjuration. As for movements this turn, nothing very interesting still. My Nemedian warriors here are heading towards Malverne. My little commander here is ferrying some more troops to Malvern. Fergus is building a temple. He built the lab nest last turn. And I don't think I'm recruiting anything here though. No, I couldn't quite afford anything. But this will be another site I can start, another province I can start recruiting full-block mages in, or full-block druids. The siege continues as always, and my pretender is attacking Farah. In terms of the state of the world, I learned that Irma is apparently also at war with Agartha, and Agartha looks pretty big because his territory extends from here all the way to here, and I'm pretty sure Irma's cap is in this area, so I think Agartha might be almost as big as I am, or even bigger than I am. And now he's going to be right on my border, and he's going to probably clean up Irma, and that'll be bad for me. So Irma's been fighting Agartha and Mictlan, and losing. I don't think Irma is long for this world. Mictlan has quite a lot of forces around here as well. He might be quite large too. I think he'll have all of this territory. So I'm a bit nervous, and of course I still have no idea where TNN's troops are because I can't see them. So that's a huge blind spot, also on my border. But not much I can do about any of that yet. I don't need to make a decision about who to attack yet until I've finished taking my Malvern, so that's a problem for another day, thankfully. And that's the end of the turn. So a very short one, but I'll see you on turn 23. Hello. Another quite short turn, unfortunately, because still haven't destroyed Malvern's fort yet. So spoilers. Message from Tina Nog. I asked him how he was doing. He says he's stable for now. And then he offers to sell me some death gems. 13 of them for 750 gold. So let's just quickly reply to that. While I remember, because otherwise I'll forget. So what I'm going to say is... Alright, I'm going to say that. Because that makes it sound like I'm already summoning Morrigans, right? Because I'm saying, yeah, I need death gems, definitely. Because I don't want to say I don't need them, because, you know... This makes it... Do you know what I mean? Like, this makes it sound like I've got Morrigans, which is scary. So, yeah. I don't even know if 750 gold is a good deal for 13 death gems. Doesn't sound like a good deal. But let's stay friendly and everything else. So we'll send that to Tina Nog. Let's get back to the messages. Okay. We hit Conjuration... What was it? 2. I changed my mind. I'm going to switch to Enchantment. I'll tell you why, right? First of all, I'm going to go to Conjuration 3 for Dark Knowledge, so that I can start doing site searching, you know, what's it called? The ritual spell that searches for death sites to get some more death gem income, because I don't actually have very much. So I'll go that far, and then I'll switch to Enchantment. The reason I'm going to switch to Enchantment is just because I think it would be better for fighting Mictlan, because Horde of Skeletons would be a lot more useful against a Blood-Blessed Sacred Army than... you know, Conjuration gives me Morrigans, which have really high magic resistance, and would probably beat Mictlan's Sacred. Maybe, I don't know. Either way, they come very late, level 6. And the other spell I wanted here was Living Clouds, which is also very late, level 7. Whereas Enchantment, I only need to go to 5. That's where Horde of Skeletons is. And it'll give me Cloud Trapeze on the way, which is very useful. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should do Enchantment first, as long as I fancy targeting Mictlan next. I think I should do Enchantment first. I'm just thinking, there's another spell that would be quite useful. I can't remember where it is. Give me a moment. Is it Alteration? Oh, it's Alteration. Okay. So Windguard would be quite nice as well, to make all of my casters more accurate with the Thunderstrikes. But that'll be later, because I don't want to be Thunderstriking Mictlan, because all these Blood-Blessed units will reflect it, right? That's why I need a different spell, and I think Horde of Skeletons is the spell to do with Mictlan. So I've switched slightly. Yeah. So I've got Storm anyway. Switching a little bit in Conjuration, get that to 3, and then the rest will go in Enchantment. Alright. That was a very long way of saying that, but I hope that made sense. Anyway, Nurse found another site in Kunaral. She found a garden of frozen flowers, 1 water gem per turn, which is nice. As you can see, my death gem income is only 2 per turn. It's really not very good, and I really want a lot of death gems for all the death summons. Battle in Ferrer. This was me just taking back that province from Mictlan, which I threatened to do. Not very interesting though, because there was nothing in it. Unexpected event in Spire Woods, plus 15 defense. Spire Woods is nowhere useful, so 18 defense right in the middle of my territory, great. Unexpected event in Searing Sands, unrest plus 35. And yeah, we're still destroying the Gate Marvoni. So still kind of a boring turn. I did some changes in my research. I think I'm going to attack Mictlan next, if I can. That might spell my doom, but still need to get Marvoni out of the way anyway. And besides that, all I'm doing is just moving units still. So hopefully when the Anfar's troops arrive, the fort will be ready to storm. I'm also moving this Fomorian Druid here over to Marvoni with a bunch of Urgems, and I'll give them to some people so that they can cast Storm. Might as well. But that's it for the turn. It's still very, very dull at the moment, I'm afraid. Once Marvoni falls, though, I think I'll invade Mictlan. I think that's the best thing for me to do. Tinanog seems kind of passive. I mean, he's had so many neighbours currently for a long time that it doesn't look like he's attacking any of them. I know that Saramatia is at war with Zabalba, and I'm not sure if Agartha is at war with him as well, but definitely Saramatia is. So he's had war on his border and he hasn't sort of been involved with it, so he might just be a passive player. So I'm going to not worry about him. I'm going to worry about knocking out Mictlan while Agartha is still fighting Ermor. That's the plan anyway, but we'll see how it goes. It probably won't go very well, but you know, we might as well aim high, right? Anyway, that's the end of the turn, and I'll see you on turn 24. I was so not prepared for sieging Marvoni's fort. It is still upright. That's just gonna say that first before we even get to the turn. This is so slow. This is the worst thing I've ever done. Okay, research and conjuration was completed. That gives us some nice things actually. It gives us summon earth power, which my pretender will definitely be using. It gives us dark knowledge, so I can start site searching for death sites, which I am also doing. And it gives me some other nice spells as well. Call of Winds is pretty nice. We needed some hawks. And there's a few other little, nothing terribly amazing, but lots of nice little things in Conjuration 3. We've now switched to enchantment, and like I said, we're going to go all the way to Horde of Skeletons, and we'll pick up Cloud Trapeze on the way. So that's all well and good. Battling Griffin Spires. Mictlan responded to me taking Ferrer back by taking Griffin Spires back. So that's funny. So we're exchanging provinces. I guess we're at war now. That's fair enough. Okay. I was hoping that I'd be done with Marvoni by now, but whatever. Mictlan also took Belmar from Ermor. Nothing very interesting. The fights aren't really worth watching, but they let us know just how big Marvoni's armies, Mictlan's armies are. And they mostly have between 20 and 30 Jaguar warriors, which I'm not that scared of, to be honest, because my pretender seems to deal with them pretty well. Started to destroy the gate in Marvoni, blah blah blah. Okay, so my new units are finally arriving. Hopefully this will end the siege now, so in 2 turns maybe we'll be done with Marvoni, I don't know. I've also changed my scripting around. So Playful Torture here is set up to cast Storm. Everyone is then set to cast Summon Storm Power at some point, and they either Lightning Bolt or they Thunderstrike, depending on how much magic they have. Now this will be great versus Marvoni. I don't think it will be as great versus Mictlan, because Mictlan's units are going to reflect damage, of course. Now my casters do have incredibly high magic resistance, and they even resist some shock damage as well, so it might not be too bad. But I think in general I want to be set up to Lightning Strike and Thunder Strike versus Marvoni, but it's better to summon Undead versus Mictlan. That's like my theory. So, unfortunate position I'm in now is that I can't set that up. I have to be scripted one way or the other. and I'm just sticking with that for the moment. Because I don't, even if Micklin does attack us here, right, it would make more sense to be scripted up to face Micklin, because Marvoni's not going to break the fort, and I know I'm not fighting Marvoni till I break the fort, so... but I would still like to see how I do versus Jaguar Warriors if I'm set up to Thunderstrike. Because I might be too afraid of a Bloodblessed, to be honest. Especially since there aren't that many units. So Micklin might attack me in Marvoni next turn, I don't know, because he doesn't have a clear idea of how many units I have there, because a lot of my troops have Glamour. So he might be tempted to attack it, and then we'll see what happens, I suppose. He could also start capping these side provinces as well, of course, which, you know, fair enough. I'm sending my Pretender to attack Belmar, because I assume he's going to move this army out of that province this turn, which means it'll be pretty much undefended, and that'll give me a nice little path into his terrain here. I can't actually see how many candles he has around here yet, because I don't have any of my... Oh, I do have a candle here. So I should be able to see how many enemy candles are in this province, and currently there's none. So that's good as well. It means my Pretender won't be weakened by enemy dominion. Other than that, recruitment is the same. Hopefully Marvoni falls soon, and then we can start attacking Micklin, which would probably be more interesting. So that should happen soon, I guess. Yep. Only thing I need to take care of is recruitment. I better do that. So let's get some Furbolgs here. And that will do, I think. Let's save some money now. I'll have to send a commander back as well to pick them up next turn. So I'll do that off camera. Assume that I take some of the units off one of these commanders and send them back to pick up those Furbolgs. Anyway, that's the end of the turn. So, 2 commanders not moving, it's just a commander and a scout. And I'll see you on turn 25. Hello, some stuff is happening. Alright, throne was claimed by Abyssia. Let's just check that first of all. Before we get into anything else, let's just see what that throne is, because I don't know. Thrones of Ascension. I've already forgotten what it was. Let me just check again. Throne of Beasts, okay. Thrones, Beasts. Alright, troops get Animal Ore, 2 Nature Gems per turn. Alright, not very interesting, but okay. We cast Dark Knowledge twice, and guess what? We found 1 site. We found 3 sites. How fucking good is that? So in Spire Woods we got an Enchanted Tomb, 1 Death Gem per turn. And in Furry Forest we got a Witch's Bog, which is 1 Water Gem and 1 Death Gem per turn. And a Graveyard of the Damned, which is another 2 Death Gems per turn. So in 1 turn we've gone to 6 Death Gems per turn, from 2 Death Gems per turn, I think. So, pretty fucking sick. I'll keep casting Dark Knowledge with those 2, and just see if we keep getting lucky. Nurse searched for sites and didn't find anything. Once Nurse gets back around here, I guess she can stop manually site searching. I think she's done enough manual site searching for us. It's time to just rely on the site searching spells now. Proclamation from the Zibalba. A new prophet. I guess his prophet died in the war he's involved in. Then Micklin took 2 of our provinces. Gaeta and Rusty Badlands. Which is fine. As you can see, his armies consist mainly of about 30 Jaguar Warriors each. 22 in this case. So they're not the most threatening things ever. The fight's not very interesting because it's just versus province defense. We took control of Belmar. That was my Pretender attacking Belmar, and it turns out there was nothing there, so I didn't even have to have a fight. Unexpected event in the Hull. This was really annoying. The Hull was attacked and taken by 2 Ettins. We lost the province, which is a shame because I'm pretty sure the Hull has, yeah, it has a really nice income, 81. So I need to take that back at some point, but problem is getting there. It's like the middle of nowhere, unfortunately. Unexpected event in Spire Woods. Famine has struck the land. I think that's where we found the death site, wasn't it? Yeah. So maybe finding the death site caused a famine. Worldwide event occurred. Throne of Beasts have been claimed. Its power calls to the wild soul. Oh no! I hope this isn't another throne that causes attacks like that Throne of Bones. That would be so annoying. Battle in the Hull. That was the Attins taking the province. And finally, after 100 turns, easily, the entrance to the fortification in Marvoni has been breached. We can storm the fort anytime now. So guess what we're doing? Storming the fort. I've changed the army around very slightly, mainly just I've put the units into big blocks here, as you can see. I might move those guys slightly further forward. Everything else is as it was last turn. Lots of summon storm power, thunderstrike, lightning bolts, and that should be sufficient, I think, to take care of whatever Marvoni has sitting inside his fort. Marvoni has since gone AI. He's just left the computer to defend the fortress, which is fair enough. I think he went AI a couple of turns ago, actually. And that's it for that turn. So what's happening this turn? Okay, so Nurse is moving. I'm moving my Numidian champion here back to Fomoria. He's going to lead some Numidian warriors. I should have done this earlier, but I forgot about him. He can lead them around stealthily. So that'll be useful to have like a little special forces squad roaming around that can like stealthily cap back provinces and things like that. So that's what I'm planning for him. My pretender, I wasn't sure what to do with him. I could either move into Honoria to try and cut off, well, try and catch Miklan's army here, because I think he might move to Honoria, and then I could like attack him. Or I could move to Rusty Badlands. Just in case he tries to move to Belmar and then we'd hit each other, and that would also, you know, retake the province. So, but I think it might be more annoying if I just push, further into Miklan's back provinces and start capping them. Only problem with that is that I can't actually see what's around here. He might have like a big block of units in oh god, what's this province called? Hinafi. Or Hinef, I don't know. He might have a big block of units here, and he just moves in there on the same turn. I don't know, because I don't have scouts around here, unfortunately. But I think that's what I'm going to do. He has one vampire in this province, so I should be able to kill that, and that'll, I don't know. Anyway, what else are we doing? Sieging Marvoni, of course. Storming the fort in Marvoni, of course. And this commander here is moving back to Black Forest to pick up some furbolgs. He's got the furbolgs that I gave him. And in Black Forest I'm recruiting a huge amount of Furbolg warriors as well. That's it for this turn. It's going to turn immediately because I'm the last person to take my turn. And once we've taken Marvoni, we can start moving the army to Duat. There's got a nice little fort right here. I can just move my army 2 provinces over and just seize that as well. And leave my pretender to cap the side provinces. So we'll see how it goes. Let's put some province defense in Belmar. Let's just spend the last 44 gold I have. Oh, research I can just show off as well. We're getting quite high on enchantment now. We should have Cloudropes next turn, and then Horde of Skeletons shouldn't be too far behind. Once I've got Cloudropes, I think I'll spend like 30 gems to just like move 10 of these sorceresses all the way over here to like Black Forest or something, or to Marvoni, I guess. Then I'll have like a huge number of sorceresses right on the front lines, which I think is worth the 30 gems it'll cost me. But that's the plan. So let's hit end turn. I'll just check I've got PD in all my provinces. Yep. And we'll see what happens.